Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Organizational Policy and Change, CR650 in the Masters in Criminology program. I'm going to go over the course, give you a course overview, and just give you a little bit of why I get excited about policy, why I think it's so important, and why we thought it was so important that we included it in the Masters program here at Thomas. So the book that we're using covers the topic perfectly for what we're going to use it for. Policy in and of itself is just how changes are made to the criminal justice system. So when you think about criminology versus criminal justice, criminology does the research that produces policy change or informs the criminal justice system, the components of the criminal justice system. It informs them so that they can make the changes that are necessary to achieve an outcome that they're attempting to achieve. So the book is laid out in 7 different chapters, and which is perfect because we're in an 8-week course. This is going to be a whirlwind course in policy, being 8 weeks. So what we're going to do is start off right in week 1 with analyzing the problem. Analyzing the problem is the first step in affecting change in any policy, whether it be at the local level in a company or if it be at the state level or even at the federal level in the legislature. Chapter 2 deals with setting goals and objectives because we have to have something that we expect out of the change, or that it makes no sense to actually work on policy if you're not expecting a change. So there has to be some goals and objectives set for each policy decision that we make. Chapter 3 deals with designing the program or policy. So we actually set up the program or policy, and we'll do that right in class, well, online, in class. And so designing the program or policy will be what we cover in Chapter 3. Chapter 4 is the action planning. That's where stuff really gets started. So this is when we plan the implementation of what we've put on paper. And Chapter 5 deals with the program, policy implementation, and monitoring. So how are we going to monitor this policy change as we put it into practice? Monitoring is essential because we're going to see unexpected outcomes. In most policy changes, you're going to see unexpected outcomes that may make you tweak your policy change. It may make you tweak the way that you implemented it. So you have to have monitoring on any policy change that we're enacting. In Chapter 6, we're going to evaluate the outcomes. So this is at the end, we're looking at the outcomes. What did the policy change actually produce? And then finally, Chapter 7 is reassessment and review. So anytime you implement a policy change, you want to reassess. So where were we before? And where have we gotten to now? And do we like where we've gotten to now better than where we were before? Hopefully, yes. Sometimes no. And if that sometimes no comes up, then we have to deal with, do we go back to what we had, or do we make changes to our policy plan to run it through another set of these 7 steps? So I think policy is essential in everything that we do, especially the criminal justice system. With turning on the media today, you can't turn it on without hearing something about criminal justice reform. And criminal justice reform is nothing more than making policy changes. So don't be negatively impacted when you see criminal justice reform come up. Criminal justice reform just means making changes. Our system can use changes. The term criminal justice reform has really been corrupted, and we can't let that happen because we have to be able to make reforms in the criminal justice system to make things better, to make things more effective, so that we have a public that's willing to support our criminal justice system, and so that we working in the criminal justice system have the least amount of barriers to be able to jump through, to be able to achieve the outcomes that we're looking for. So anyway, organizational policy and change, this is going to be a fun class, and I hope you have a good time with it. I know I'm going to. So anyway, we will get back. The next video you'll see will be going over the syllabus, but I just wanted to give you an overview of the course so that you could see what the course is going to be about. So anyway, we will be back, and thank you very much.